All right, guys, I'm really excited about this topic. It's been something that's been on my mind for a while, and I knew we needed to get better at it. And so I've been working on some things that I think you'll agree they're pretty exciting, some nice updates, and things that I think are going to ultimately improve our appointment show rates. Now, why does this matter? Why do we care about people showing up to our appointments, right? And there's a few things you need to consider. One is, we're in the appointments business. If we don't get in front of people, prospects, we have no ability to sell them the products that we're selling. And so obviously people need to show up to those appointments so that we can actually pitch the products that we're selling. No-show rates waste important time and they affect our mood, right? Nobody likes when you get prepared for an appointment, whether it's a pitch or follow-up, discovery, and the prospect doesn't show up. It wastes your time, right? There's an opportunity cost there that you could have been on an appointment with someone who was ready and able to purchase the products that you're selling. So super important for people to show up to their appointments. It's kind of the business that we're in, and there's some things that we have not really been doing very well. Some agents are not using automations at all. They're not using CRM. They're just trying to book appointments, and then there's nothing going out as far as reminders unless it's maybe an automated message from Calendly or their Gmail or something like that just sends an appointment confirmation. But you'll see that I'll explain here in a minute that it's just really wasting a lot of valuable real estate, so to speak, an opportunity to reinforce why we're speaking with the prospect to begin with. And then the second thing that agents are failing at is, yes, they're sending appointment confirmation reminders. The prospects are getting a notice that they have an upcoming appointment, but there's really no details. There's really no why behind the appointment. They just know they have an appointment, which has diminishing effect as well when maybe the appointment is a week later, 4 or 5 days later from when the appointment was initially booked. And so they're really just not even sure on why they should even speak to you. And really, if you think about it, all the way from ad generation, where you've convinced them that you have a product or you're offering something, you have some sort of offer that's valuable to them to reach out and give you their information. And then if they didn't book straight on your calendar from your ad, like we're doing with Ad Manager, and you're running other leads, then your drip, you're sending your drip campaigns, texts and emails. So you've worked on the ad piece, you've bought your leads, you've sent out your drip campaign, texts and emails, and let your AI, or maybe you called them and booked an appointment. And then basically you want them to show up, and you're just sending some basic reminders, and you're not really using those reminders to provide value. And so that's what we're going to talk about a little bit. I actually have another announcement on this video about something I've been working on and been excited about for several months that I'll kind of show you as well. That's kind of tied in and has a use as part of the appointment booking as well as no-show. So we'll get into that here in a second. Let me move on to, as I've been researching and studying this for a little while, I've kind of condensed down some of the top tips on reducing no-shows. So I'm going to go over those and show how we're going to start addressing them in Next Level. So one is creative appointment titles. I actually pushed out an update a few weeks ago where, appointments were being booked and it just had the contact name as the appointment title, which is like, okay, I have an appointment today at 5 and it's titled Sean. Like, that doesn't tell me anything about the appointment. So I made a little bit of a tweak. But as I've been studying this more, I think it's important that we actually have creative appointment titles. And so I'm going to show you kind of what we've been building there. And then create appointment agendas. This is what I talked about the real estate concept, that if you send an appointment reminder or a text reminder, why not take advantage of that opportunity that you're texting and emailing to provide a little bit more of a persuasion of why they should even talk to you and the value that you're going to add. Give them an idea about what you guys are going to talk about. I remember reading in Brian Tracy's book, I think last year, The Art of Closing the Sale, about, he's talking about appointments and how if people really don't know what the appointment's about, they're way more likely to not show up to the appointment. It makes sense, right? And so We're going to talk about appointment agendas and how we're addressing that. And then I'm going to show you how to create shorter booking windows. So in other words, not allowing prospects to book more than, say, 5, 6, 7 days out on your calendar. You know, that way the shorter, I mean, you all know, the shorter your appointment time is from now, the more likely they're going to show up and still see value in that appointment. Also, there's less likelihood that maybe they've come up with some other solution. Maybe another salesperson called them and was able to resolve the their needs or whatever. So there's going to be some value there. I'm going to show you how to track your appointment rates. I think we could do better at the analytics side of this. And then confirming appointments. In other words, like you see offices do or other appointments that you may take, actually having to confirm that they're going to show up to the appointment versus just booking a few days ago and that's it. They never have to confirm again. So I'm going to show you the new automation that we're building and how we can achieve that. So let me go back here to creative appointment titles, and I'm going to start showing you a little bit about kind of some ideas what I'm working on. Now I'm in one of the sub accounts here, and I just want to show you what we're moving towards as far as the initial appointment email confirmation and the initial text confirmation. And you notice that I changed this title to Simplify Your Insurance 10-Minute Consultation Booked. So this is, okay, not only an insurance appointment, but hey, it's a fairly short insurance appointment, and it's something that is going to be useful to me. It's going to simplify my insurance. Now, it doesn't say health insurance. You can add that in. It doesn't say life insurance, and that's meant to be generic if you're working different lead types. With all of this, of course, you can go in and modify any of this whatsoever. If you've got some ideas that you think would be better, you can always do that under the automation section. So the first text message is going to be this, and notice that there's actually, this looks a lot more attractive. There's some emojis, some bullet points. The email says, this is a confirmation of our appointment, nice and bolded, right? About the appointment time. I will call you at our confirmed time. These calls usually take about 10 minutes depending on how many questions you have. Here is what we'll go over on our quick call. Understanding your needs, reviewing existing coverage, explore best plans, quick and insightful, and then it just summarizes. And actually, as I think about this, I'll probably correct a couple of these bullets to make the verbs the same. But I look forward to helping you any way that I can. I pride myself on always providing value regardless of outcome. If you are unable to make the call for any reason, please reply to this email and let me know. I will always respect your time, and I just ask that you extend the same courtesy to me. So again, you're kind of reinforcing, hey, my time's valuable. I'm going to respect yours, respect mine. So let me know if you can't make the appointment. And then best regards. Your email signature will be here. So I will show you how to update your email signature. And then there's a reschedule link as well. And if you guys want to keep that, you can, or you can take it out. Totally up to you. So some bullet points, right? So this is that real estate that I'm talking about. What are we going to talk about? What's the purpose of this call? And you're laying out some things, in simple terms here, what you're going to be able to help them with, whether they have insurance, whether they don't, and you make it kind of low sales pressure. I'm going to help you any way I can. I provide value regardless of outcome. Again, you guys want to change that? Totally can. So that's the first confirmation email. Now the text message that they get, this is a confirmation of our insurance overview call on blah, blah, blah. I will call you then. Here's a quick reminder of what we'll cover. Similar bullet points to your email, just a little more simplified for text messages. Your current insurance situation, identify any existing gaps, explore options if you need new or better coverage, answer any questions you have. And then that's it. Gives them your name again. And then what I'm kind of persuaded of moving towards is that's the initial confirmation. And now if the appointment's more than 24 hours out, they're going to get another text and email. And I'll find that. Okay, so basically this is 24 hours out. This is a quick reminder about our call tomorrow at this time, why this call matters. So again, this is a little bit different than your confirmation. This is just talking about, why it matters and what to expect. So it's providing just not only another reminder, but more value, maximizing real estate, reinforcing your value while you're trying to, what you can help them with. So you can just take a look at that. There is a email signature here. It's just not loading because this is a test account, but your email, signature will load there. I'll show you later where to update that if you need to. So that's the 24 hours out or 1 day before email, and this is the text message. This is a courtesy reminder about our call tomorrow to go over your insurance situation. I look forward to diving into your needs and helping you out with whatever I can. If you'd like to review my expertise, testimonials, or credentials before the call, don't forget to check out my website. Now, I'm not loading the website in here because not everybody has that, but just go into the message and load your website if you want, or better yet, just put it in. Well, no, you'll need to do it for text message here. So you can load your website in here pretty easily. I'll show you how. So that's the 24-hour out message. Okay, and then I want to show you basically our 1 hour out message. So when we're 1 hour away from the appointment, there's going to be a text and email that goes out. So basically, there'll be a text and email for the initial confirmation. There'll be a text and email 1 day before, and then a text and email 1 hour before. If you want shorter notifications, like a 30-minute, 5-minute, we can add that. I'll show you, pretty easily in the automation itself. The 1 hour out message just looks like this. This is a courtesy reminder of our insurance appointment. On this call, we'll talk about your insurance, check if what you have works, and find the best plans if you need new or better coverage. I'll also answer any questions you have. This call will be short, about 10 minutes, depending on your questions. I look forward to speaking soon. So again, just kind of reminding them what you're going to do. It's not going to take forever. Pretty simple. They can rebook if they want to. They'll also get a text message 1 hour before. And it's going to say, hey, I'm looking forward to our insurance call coming up in 1 hour. And this is what I was talking about. The people, everybody says to do this to increase, decrease no-show, is to get confirmation that the time still works. We did it earlier on in the process. We're saying respond back if you can't make it or whatever. But this 1 hour before is asking them to respond with a C to confirm the time still works. Please respond with a C to confirm the time still works. If you can't make it, please respond with X. So this is going to be a little bit different process than people are used to, but it's really going to, hey, if someone doesn't respond at all or responds X, that's going to be way better than if they respond X, that's going to cause complications probably. But if they respond X, at least right, an hour before that they're not going to make it. So you're not sitting there at your desk already and, you've stopped dialing or working on other important things. So what happens when they respond C is they're going to get an automated text, thanks for confirming, talk soon. Now, if they respond X, I've got an example here. It's going to say, received, I appreciate you letting me know. Do we need to reschedule for later today or maybe tomorrow? You can also reschedule here. And what happens now is, let me pull up the automation here. Basically, if they respond X, then they're going to get a text like we just saw there. You're going to get an internal notification. You'll actually get a text message if they respond C or X, just letting you know that they've either confirmed or they can't make their appointment. They need to reschedule or they wanted to cancel for whatever reason. What's also going to happen is this is going to mark them as canceled on that appointment status. So it will actually cancel out the appointment for you. And then it's going to wait 90 minutes. If a new appointment hasn't been booked, it's actually going to text you again and say hasn't rescheduled their appointment yet. You may want to add them to the no-show reminder automation. So it's basically saying, hey, so-and-so canceled and they haven't rescheduled. It's not going to text them because who knows, you may talk to them and they reschedule and you don't want any sort of additional text going to them. But you're going to get a little notification. If you don't like the notification, just come in here to Appointment Confirmation Reminders version 2 and delete that out. If you do like it and you want to take it to another level, you could basically come in here and say add tag, and you could add the no-show tag, and it will automatically throw them into a no-show reminder if they haven't rebooked or confirmed with you within 90 minutes. So you could automate that piece too. Just create this action, add tag, no show, hit save, and you can add that in as well to that process. Now, if your initial text went out to, your confirmation 1 hour before the appointment, please respond, and they don't respond in 50 minutes, in other words, it's about 10 minutes from your appointment time and they haven't responded to you, you will send them this text automatically that says, are we still on for our call in 10 minutes? So it's just another attempt to reach out right 10 minutes before. Yep, still good to go. So if they don't respond, either C or X. So that's the big way that we're basically, I've kind of gone over a bunch there, but creative appointment titles, creating appointment agendas on all of your texts and emails, reminding them what services, what value you're going to offer to them. I kind of skipped ahead just because it was natural in the flow. We're confirming appointments. And now I want to talk about booking shorter windows and tracking show rates. If you go to your calendar and calendar settings, and again, we're actually going to do this for you. So if you're seeing this and you're like, I don't want that, here's how to fix it, or you can let us know, but here's how to fix it. Go into your calendar settings, edit. Under meeting details, this is actually where you can change the default meeting title. Now, if you manually book an appointment, you can always change that title. This isn't the one that I created because this is just my test account. It's not the one I showed before, but basically it was like Insurance Insights or something like that. This one's good too. But basically, if you want to change your meeting invite title so it's more creative or whatever, you can do it right here under meeting invite title under meeting details. Now, under availability, this is actually where you can adjust this date range to not allow people to book that far out on your calendar. I mean, some people do 2 or 3 days I've seen, but I think it's probably wise, maybe 5, 6, 7 days out so people can't go too far into the future. And if you do that, if you're using the text AI, it's also not going to allow appointments booked. So if they say, let's talk in 2 weeks, it's going to say it's not available. Conversation may fizzle out, and then you can reach out and say, or put a task reminder in your system to maybe check again in like a week or two because they're just not ready yet. So again, under availability, your date range, that's basically how far out you'll allow appointments on your schedule. So you can put 5, hit save, and now appointments won't be allowed to be scheduled too far out. Additionally, if you go to your dashboard on your account, or not dashboard, if you go to reporting, now reporting is not fully enabled in every account, so we're going to be going through this week and making sure that it is fully enabled. So don't worry about that if you don't see it right away. But I wanted to point out that under reporting, you can actually go to appointment report. And this is pretty cool. Now, I don't really use this account very much anymore, but this will show you all of your booked appointments, confirmed appointments, showed, no-showed, canceled, and it will show you the outcomes here. So it's hard to systematically improve things, right, if you're not tracking. So if you're not tracking your appointment titles, or your appointments rather, then it's really hard to see what your rates are for booking and no-shows. And so what I recommend is, when you have appointments booked, let's see if I have any on here, and someone actually shows up to your appointment, go and mark, change each one so you can see I went under calendars and appointments. Make sure you put, whether they showed. Like, it'll always stay at confirmed if it's just confirmed. But just make one extra step after each appointment and, just track it so you have analytics. Hey, I've had, 40 appointments over the last 2 weeks and 30% no-showed. Okay, let's work on, maybe we can get it down to 20%. So, systematically make improvements, but it's hard to do that if you're not tracking. So I do recommend after all your appointments to go and change it. You can do it within the contact record itself as well. So if you go into, let's say you had an appointment with this person and your appointments will be listed over here under appointment, you're going to see a bunch of tests in here. I've been testing this, but just go click on this little pencil and quickly just update the appointment status right here. Confirmed. Just do either showed, no showed, canceled. Now, like I told you, if they actually respond X to your confirmation, it's going to automatically move them as canceled. and then you could add on that, that next step that I showed you of no-show. Now, or if they showed, definitely move to showed. So definitely be tracking your appointments so that we can, get better over time. Now, there's not only an update that we're pushing out to the appointment confirmations, there's an update as well to the no-show automation. So as you know, depending on your lead types, you're always going to have a pipeline that looks like this, and all of them have a no-show appointment pipeline. Now, what we've made some changes to is if you just simply mark an appointment to no-show, it's going to trigger this automation and move them over there. So if you're looking at a contact record, I'll go back, and someone no-shows your appointment, I guess none of these matter. I can click on any of these, but let's say you have an appointment over there, and it might not show here. Let me go back over here. There we go. And you want to make sure it's updated, and you actually go and move it to no-show and hit save. It will automatically move them along that pipeline to no-show. So really cool, automated for you, even better now. It'll move into no-show and start that campaign. Now, if you're not used to using that campaign, just go to automation and look at it, and you can see what it pushes out. So, make sure you like the messaging and everything. It's just basically with the goal of getting them back on your calendar. So there's a few ways to trigger this automation. You can drag someone right there. You can move the appointment status to no-show, or you can add the no-show tag. Either one of those will do the rest. If you add the tag, it'll also move them and move it to no-showed. If you move them here, it'll add the tag and move them to no-showed. If you move them to no-showed, it'll add the tag and move them. It does all of it. All of it triggers everything and moves them along. So just make sure you're doing one of them, and you'll be good to go. Now, I want to talk about a couple other things. I'm actually super excited about this. This is kind of the second part of the announcement that I wanted to make on this video. Is I have been playing around with this this software where you can use dynamic fields and embed them into images. And so I've wanted to play around with this for a while, and I was able to get it working. Super excited about it. So I thought it'd be super useful to actually use it on the appointment confirmation messages. So I want to show you a couple of examples of this and show you what I'm talking about. So we can actually, I've got a few examples to show you, but this is really, really cool. So this is one. Now this would be, the way I envision it is a image that goes out on maybe your 1 hour appointment reminder. Just something that's kind of comical or engaging to help them to not want to no-show. Now you could use these for all kinds of purposes, and I'm actually going to build a library of these that we can use across all of our text campaigns. So it's going to be really cool because memes are really engaging, images, right, videos and stuff. But as far as images are concerned, let me show you one that's just an option, okay, just an option that can go out on one of your appointment reminder text messages. So classic meme, they've got these of different presidents, of course, but this is Donald Trump holding up newly passed executive order. Sean, now this is going to look bigger obviously on someone's phone when they open it up. This will say full name like Sean Holm, required by law to provide awesome value to, and then Sean Holm during upcoming appointment. Now the cool thing about this is that this field right here, which is the agent's full name that it'll populate, and this field right here, which is the contact's full name, is automatically updated and dynamic depending on your contact. So Dan Smith, required by law to provide awesome value to whatever, Dwight Schrute during upcoming appointment. And every single one of your contacts will have these fields updated, so it's super personalized to the contact. Let me show you a couple of other examples. Here is a puppy one. Let's get this one to load. Hey, right, contact name. Again, it will say your contact's name. I'm looking forward to our appointment in 1 hour. So imagine them getting not only just this text, cute little reminder, right? but like just the reminder text about what the appointment's going to be about in general. So super personal touch, right? So this costs nothing for you guys to use, and we're going to have a whole library of these over time. But yeah, I just think this is such a fun idea to personalize a meme that you can send out, personalize a text image that you can send out to all of your prospects. And I'll show you just a couple of others that that I was working on. So here's another. This would be maybe go out on like your normal campaign. So here you got Robert Downey Jr. and then the text there, that feeling that contact gets when they realize there are people like agent name who can actually help them with their insurance. Just funny, right? Like you know, we can do this with any of the popular memes out there. We can customize them, we can add text. This one isn't the most pretty, but still, I mean, I feel like if you're a prospect out there and you get something that's customized to you, it's a really nice touch. And then so really that one doesn't apply so much to the appointment confirmations as say like the Donald Trump one or the puppy dog one. But there is one that I thought would be really great for appointment no-shows. So it's going to automatically be included. I think what I'll automatically do for you guys is include the puppy dog one. If you guys want the links to the other, I'll give that as well. And then so we'll start there with appointment confirmations just 1 hour before the appointment. And then if someone no-shows your appointment, check this out. I love this one. Looking for my friend, contact first name, who missed our appointment and I haven't heard from since. Isn't that great? So just really going to be engaging for no-shows. Again, auto-fills their name. It's already built into the campaign, so it's going to do this automatically for your campaign there, so for your automation. So really cool. Okay, so that was a lot that I went over on this video, but really excited about how this is going to affect appointment booking rates, adding a lot of personalized touch, adding a lot of value in automations that we're already getting sent out. We are in the business of getting people on the phone and pitching products, and so we really should be focused time on this. So, you know, if you guys have creative ideas, let me know. You can comment on wherever you're watching this, if it's on YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Comment on this video. Hey, I think we should do this or do that. I love any sort of feedback. I get feedback from you guys all the time, and then I can take it, implement it, and it really benefits our whole community. Now, I want to point out one last thing here is, you know, we're creating a lot of good emails, right? Good, we have good text messages, but we have a lot of good emails with a lot of valuable stuff. If you have not yet set up your email sending domain in your account, your email deliverability is probably quite poor. So what I recommend you do is go to Settings, Email Services, and click on the Analytics tab. Email Analytics. Now this is a test account, so it's mostly me just testing stuff in here. You can see how many emails are being delivered, how many have been opened. You want to look at this open rate, and you can actually filter the time. So if you wanted to go back a while, you know, you can start like May, you know, beginning of May till now or whatever. You can adjust the filters or go this year even. And look at what your open rate is. I bet it, if you have not set up an email domain, it's pretty poor. We keep pushing out more and more advanced campaign types, lots of creative emails, and I really recommend that you set up your email domain. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this process right here under email services and adding service and setting up your email so that it's the same as your web domain. So if it's insuranceguy.com, it would be Dan, you know, you would need an email first, dan@insuranceguy.com, and then after you have your email, you need to come in here and set it up as a dedicated domain. I have a whole video on this in the training I provide. So to access the training, you know, if you haven't already accessed it, you can click here training, but if you haven't signed up yet, you do need to go to support first and click here to get login credentials for that. And then you can go access it, and I believe it's video 7 on the training about email domains, email setup. watch that video, okay? Watch the video, and if you get stuck, reach out back to support. Reach out to me on the support calendar right here, and I can do hands-on setup and make sure you're good to go. So really looking forward to getting this implemented. I'll talk to you guys soon.